Come on. Yeah. I greet cowards with a bullet and a smile. Like, hi, my name is Mr. Leave You Brainless with his mother stainless.
Moses Michael Levi Barrow, born Jamal Michael Barrow, November 8, 1978. Also known as Shyne Po.
Question as serious as cancer. What the fucking safe at? Somebody better answer.
Or simply Shyne. I think I'm the embodiment of integrity because the way I behaved after my arrest and during my trial, that was very important. There was nothing more the prosecutor wanted than to convict P. Diddy. I want you to remember that quote from Shyne throughout this feature, as it'll help you understand the person behind the actions and circumstances that led to his growth abruptly being stunted. In the early 2000s, I was a middle school kid and hip-hop music was everything to me outside of my craft, basketball. Looking back at it in 2021, I realized how much of a golden era it was. It was right before we entered this new social media troll era where you can create fake personas, be as unauthentic as possible, rap about total bullshit, snitch, and still top the charts and have trolls on the internet support you and your music. Not in the early 2000s. At that time, you couldn't make it in the game unless you were the exact opposite of those things and backed by someone like a Sean Combs or the likes of. Authenticity was key, and your reputation couldn't be saved by suburban kid support or IG likes. One artist I gravitated to that had all of that was Shyne Po. He also had a unique talent for music in that he sounded like no one around that time. After Biggie died, I thought I'd never hear another voice like that, and then I was introduced to Po. But not like the designers or the Dusty Locanes of the world. Shyne's voice and style was completely his, and his lyrics, cadence, and persona was 100% his own. Just that his tone was similar to Big's, but in a refreshing way. On top of that, he was managed and represented by Puff, as was Biggie. As we'll see later, that would turn around to hurt Shyne as an artist and person, and he went from a potential superstar to deported and forgotten, along with these two other reasons. Let's talk about it. Salute to Slizzy703 on IG for this request. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Ash, get it, man. Stunt number 1, had he won.
Mentality that I had was kill or be killed.
Yes.
It was a survival mentality. So someone was trying to shoot myself and Puff Daddy and Jennifer Lopez that night. So I defended myself. I lost everything.
Undoubtedly, the biggest stunt in the growth of Shyne was the nightclub shooting that happened on December 27th, 1999. This incident, along with sub-incidents under its title, ended Shyne and took away the future he could have built as an artist. Back in 1998, Shyne rapped for Clark Kent, an associate at a barbershop that was affiliated with Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, and word got back to the Bad Boy label head that moved quickly to sign him. The year before, Biggie was shot and killed, and Bad Boy, which was the hottest label at the time, was looking for their next superstar. Shyne was 18 years old, but even then, his talents and star charisma was undeniable. Immediately, he became Diddy's focus around '99 after Mace had left the game to be a pastor. He was everywhere with Combs as he gave the label an interesting image change from the shiny suits to a more gangster feel, perfect for the times. By the end of the year, Shyne had already recorded his first album and was on his way to becoming a star under Diddy until December 27th that year. Combs' girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and Shyne were at a Manhattan nightclub when trouble arose. According to Shyne, the guys that approached he and Diddy's crew were making threats that Shyne took very seriously, knowing them from his neighborhood. Conversations escalated and he recalls seeing someone reach for a gun, which made him pull his in fear for his life and began shooting. Witnesses say 3 shots were fired and 3 people were injured. Shyne Po was charged with attempted murder and more charges that led to his conviction in 2001 and 10-year sentence. His album had released in 2000 and was one of the hottest albums in the country, debuting at number 5 on the charts and selling almost 1 million first week. Had he won that trial, Shyne would have blew up into not just a rapper talking about street life, but a guy you could trust that actually does what he says. That authenticity would have catapulted him and solidified his name in rap music, even though sad it comes to that in hip-hop. But he didn't win and missed important years in his career and life behind bars. He missed the entire early 2000s era that rappers like him were going diamond and making tons of money. Rappers that today are set financially and made legendary music. Shyne's bars were behind bars, and it all but killed his career. Stunt number 2, Diddy, the Corporation.
The whole city is mine, pretty as dawn. I don't like the way P. Diddy did Shyne with different lawyers.
Why didn't Shyne win the case that determined his future literally? Well, in large part because of who he was backed by, Sean Combs, corporately known as Diddy. During the trial process, Combs did everything in his power to separate himself from Shyne at his lawyer's advising to save his brand from going under with the trial. Prosecutors wanted nothing more than to make an example of Combs more than Shyne, and the only way to escape that fate was for Diddy to act as if he had nothing to do with the incident or his artist, and that Shyne acted on his own anger. Diddy got separate lawyers from Shyne, which included a dream team of names, while Po reportedly had a public defender. Combs' lawyer all but placed all the blame on Shyne, and he eventually took the fall entirely, while Diddy skated any prison time or legal ramifications. In my opinion, had Shyne been affiliated with someone different who didn't see themselves as this big brand void of morals and integrity, he could have gotten better lawyers and even the same lawyers as Diddy and potentially win that case. Diddy, in the moment, valued the corporation he was building above anything else and left Shyne out to dry in prison for 10 years. According to Shyne, in 2021, the two talked about it and patched things up, but the damage musically had already been done. You can't clean the walls of a house that's been burnt down by fire. Shyne's career and life as he knew it was over. He released his second album in 2004 while in prison that charted number 1 and sold 400,000 copies first week. Upon his release from prison in 2009, he was deported back to Belize, his hometown, and rap music was 99% over for him.
When I came out, I didn't even realize how wounded, how devastated I was, because I numbed myself to the pain and destruction that I suffered.
Stunt number 3, One More Chance.
Let's say that things work out as you hope they do. You get a visa, you go to Brooklyn, and you find out that Shyne fell off.
No.
Because
No, come on, Jules.
it's a young man's
You heard
game.
the music, Jules.
I say 99% because Shyne did have one more chance to revive himself upon his release. Another interesting aspect of hip-hop is that for the ones that are in Shyne's situation that go to prison and not snitch like Tekashi 6ix9ine, life can reward them when they get out. From peers saluting them, sometimes with money and gifts, to fans respecting their authenticity and supporting their music. But as an artist, you have to have kept your art up during that time, and if the music doesn't feel or sound the same, those same people will discard you in favor of the other millions of rappers available to them. And that's what happened in this case. When Shyne was released and began to drop music, it just didn't sound the same. His voice was drastically different, and the music he was creating wasn't put together professionally, along with his personality being different. A huge reason it was is because after his release, he dove heavily into his religion as an Orthodox Jew, which he'd been introduced in prison. This made his appearance change and fans becoming confused to what they were hearing. He was still trying to rap the same and use the same gangster feel, but looking at him just made you have more questions and certainly not want to support. Def Jam tried to sign him to a 10-year deal and capitalize off his buzz, but it was quickly fading due to his sound, appearance, and inability to re-enter the country. Deals like with Cash Money also fell through due to this. He began dissing artists like Rick Ross, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar, all while promoting religion and higher living standards. This too was met with confusion as his career was as done as ever. In 2020, he won a seat in the House of Representatives in Belize in the general election and is following his father as a politician, to which many say is his true calling. All in all, it's sad that Shyne's career didn't see the light because he was truly a one-of talent that had everything to become a star and possibly change the game as we know it. He was that talented of a person, as seen with his new change of life direction. Not many of these artists can be deported from their market, lose 10 years of their life, clash with the heavyweights in the game, and still end a success, which Shyne has become in life. But in music, for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth, and I'm out.
Don't blame me, we all criminal minded. Lost outside of themselves, man, attached to material wealth, hopelessly holding on to nothing, overwhelmed. Am I sick? Cause I wanna be a winner. With the honey and the milk and more women and work. I'm trying to catch up with the message that I'm getting is that money is the shepherd and I'm the sheep. In the world where the blood dies quicker and love can't get you things that money could get you. Cause when the dough ain't with you, the people ain't with you. When the rich they wish you all the hate they could wish you. Picture brown liquor tearing up my liver, added up. Everything else, I had enough. The power and the fame make it bad enough. I'm searching for the part of God that we all have in us. Cause and effect, fleeting illusions, seeds that I'm planting, the choices I'm choosing. The more I get, the more I want. I'm never satisfied. Too much of something's good for nothing's running through my mind. I'm thinking, do I take a plea or do I go to trial? Cause in the box of my Bugatti, I'm still doing time. 360 degrees and catch-22s, 248 organs, blood running through. The sky's blue, but ain't nothing black and white. It's furious, great areas. Po is the airways, Shyne is the light from the spark within, and Moses is my soul, so I'm morphing in a place far from here, travel celestial zones. I'm trying to make it to my maker, not flesh and bones. 500 horses, 220 on the dash, engine in the back, that Bugatti to the floor. I'm wasting time, trying to climb to the top, but when I get there, I'm lost. Still in a hurry, what you want, feel? Maybe I'll find peace, man.